have the time to say it right now because I'm in the middle of getting ready to get out of here, eat some food, and go to work, and then come back. And afterwards, maybe I'll have time in the afternoon. But I've been seeing all the stuff. RT, the Snyder Cut, David Ayer, Suicide Squad, getting that out there, seeing what David Ayer said, all the good things that's happening with the Snyder Cut, and Snyderverse and Zack Snyder, and the stuff being in cinemas, and just a lot of stuff. Okay, plus there's things in my personal life I wanted to speak to you guys about, like and planting. I've seen so much with the soil, foods, like the stuff, scripture, God, Jesus, music, all kinds of things that I want to get out there to you guys. So, um, Victor Shades, what's up, bro? But I just don't have the time right now. So I'm just tuning in just to let you guys know. Got a lot of stuff, I want to do and talk with you guys and stream and all of that. But it's gonna happen. Don't worry. It's just it'll take a little time. In the background, kind of been following what's happening in the Snyderverse. With Restore the Snyderverse movement, with all of Zack Snyder's projects, with just a lot of stuff going on. And I haven't been on Twitter for a little while as well. And don't worry about that. I'm still around. It's just that I'm trying to stay busy. I'm trying to do different things and all kinds of things happen in between my phone and all of that. So I'm gonna get back to you guys. But what I'm gonna leave you guys with is just a piece of scripture that I read. Since I'm a Bible guy, you guys gonna have to bear with me. But I'm gonna just leave with this. It's not gonna take longer than 5 minutes or so much. All right. So basically, man, I was checking out the sower went to sow, right? Planting thing, and it's really cool. I don't know if you guys know what that is. Some people know, some people don't. But anyway, it's a parable, right? Parable's a short story um, that is based on real life situation and a general short story, a kind of anecdote on a real life situation, but it actually is more than that. The person's actually giving metaphors or they're giving puns, they're giving, cryptic stuff to tell you something bigger. Okay, so in the story of the sower, okay, basically, I'm gonna tell you a story, right? So the story goes there's this guy, this farmer dude, right? He's a planter. So he goes and he's throwing seeds, okay, corn or whatever your crop is in your country. He's throwing seeds, you know, and sowing. He's just throwing the seeds out there. So what he does is he plowed up the soil and everything, and he's throwing the seeds into the soil. He's walking along a path and he's throwing these seeds into the soil, right? Okay. Some of the seeds they fall on the path he's walking on, and because of that, birds come and pick them up, eat them. And I literally saw that in the back. All right. In fact, if you don't plant a seed deep enough into the soil, a bird's gonna fly down and he's gonna eat the seeds because birds love seeds. All right, let's move on. So that was the first thing, and then the second thing is some of the seeds they fell on soil that wasn't fully plowed up, so it was still stony, it was still a little hard. And what happened to those seeds was they sprouted up a little bit, but then they got choked because the roots couldn't go deep into the soil and get the nutrients that it needed. So they died too. And then the other seeds, most of the seeds, they fell into the plowed soil where he had plowed up. And so he covered back over that soil and they were able to bear like normal crops and they gave up, 100-fold, 200-fold, 300-fold, whatever, right? So that's the story. Now, that story is missing out some stuff, and I like to talk about the stuff that's missing out, and then I want to talk about some other stuff I think that's very interesting. So, one of the things I noticed when I was doing my farming in the back, and I'm doing crops and stuff, is that sometimes the soil it's got like fungus and stuff in it. So the soil itself might not be the best possible soil, and I want to talk about a little bit about that. What happens when you got things like termites and you got fungus in your soil? What do you do about that? You know what I mean? I'm gonna add a little extra to the story. So when I was looking at farming, I said "Hey, you got to treat the soil. So we treat the soil with termite stuff and fungicides and insecticides. You try to get natural ones if you can. You spray the plants that have been infected with that on the outer surface, but you know it comes up through the center of the plant, and that stuff can kill the plant, right? So even if the plants come up and they bear and they even give you crops and stuff, their lifespan can be shortened because of what's in the soil. And so I want to add that extra little stuff there to that, where the farmer had to come back and treat the soil. Okay, he had to treat the soil, even though the plants was barren and everything. He had to go and treat the soil so that the plants would actually bear and stay alive long enough to bear again. Right? Okay. So, what's the parable about? Parable about word. He was talking about, he's talking right there, Jesus that was. He was talking to people and he was saying, my words, what I'm telling you guys right now, some of you guys are going to receive it and you're going to take it and run with it. Some of you guys, you're not even going to receive it because the enemy is going to come with enemy things and just take it from you. You never even received it. And then some of you, you're going to receive it, and some of you guys, you're going to be choked out of you because you're worried about the cares of the world. Okay. And your heart's still kind of hard, right? And then, so the ones now that take it and run with it and multiply it, you tell other people, and other people know about it, and they tell other people, and so on, and multiply it, you bear fruit, and you see it in your lives. You're gonna do that. Now, here's the point that I want to come to, and this is for people who have challenges and they want to live life, they want to do good, they want to do right. And I'm gonna kind of, maybe I'll narrow it down to Christians, maybe I won't. But I want to talk about this particular thing because it happens in my life as well. Viruses, bacteria, fungi, termites. What are those things that can break you down? And even though you did bear fruit, even if you do bear fruit, this stuff is such inherent. It's like a disease, like cancer, that it can destroy you, even though you've been bearing fruit. Let's talk about that. Well, those are intrinsic addictions or intrinsic vices in your life that sometimes can take over because even though you feeding on good soil, that is the word that was given to you, and you're getting nourished, there are also people giving you sort of contaminated information. So it's like you in the sea of information, all right? You're in the sea of information and you're getting different information and you got the word and it was great information. And then you were in an environment where you get some people in that environment who foster that word that is inside of you, and some people in that environment that feed off the word that's inside of you but suck you dry. So they sucking you dry and then they're not giving you nothing back except poison for it. And so it's killing you. Now they got to survive, so they're like fungi. They need to live. Fungi need to live. You can't be mad at fungi for doing what they do. Termites need to live. You can't be mad at termites for doing what they want to do. These people, you can't be mad at them for doing what they want to do. They may be the same kind of people. They may be called by the same name. They may be called Christians like you. They may be called Christians like you. And what happens is, hello, Leroy Khan. They may be Christians like you, and they just got their own little problems where they feed off of other people and they feed off of other people's energy. Nothing wrong with feeding off of other people's energy, but when you ain't giving them nothing back, when you're just sucking and you're taking information, and you're like a black hole, you're just sucking everything up to benefit your own self, that could be a bad thing. Okay. And even though they label Christian, some of them are different growths in life. So you end up with this disease and it could kill you. Okay. So what I want to tell people is, and that's kind of Christendom, but it kind of goes for anything, almost anything in life. You got a group of people. There's a group of people. Some people in that group are just for themselves, and it's just a stage in where they are in their life. They're trying to build themselves, build their family, build their, their affiliations, and they don't realize that they're killing the thing that they're feeding off of. They don't realize that. Okay. And that could be the fungi, that can be okay. So that's the plant. Now you the plant. Every human being's a plant, right? It's growing, it's flourishing. The word of God is in you, or the word of whatever word it is. Okay, it applies to almost every situation. You get information, you're growing off of it. The knowledge you're getting is making you grow as a person, whether it's in boxing, whether it's in movies, whatever it is, in group, any organization. But then there are other people who are just in it for themselves and their group of people. Okay, we've seen it in the Snyder Cut movement, haven't we? We've seen fungi and we have seen termites start to try to tear down, restore the Snyderverse. Okay, I want you to understand it's not that they want to tear it down. They probably also want a plan to survive so they can survive, but it's just that they're kind of narrow in their scope. Now, for those people, you got to have a treatment for them, right? You got to have a treatment to deter them from tearing down the tree. So how do you do it? You got to have a fungicide. You got to have an insecticide. You got to have a fungicide, insecticide, termite side. You have to have something to kill the termites, right? Or deter them from coming through and invading. And here's the other thing I want to give you guys, and this is just a spout of wisdom. After you, even though you clear those things, you still have to supplement it with nutrients. You got to replace those people with people who are people who will give you the nutrients necessary to help you grow. Now, I'm speaking in a parable. That parable is applicable to many different things. Many different things, because at Leroy Concept, people like Big Mouth, Muck, and Zack Snyder, such a shame. So you have to know which people that come into your life, into your tree, are actually either sucking nutrients from it, or they actually taking, but they giving back something. They got to give back something. Otherwise, if they get you in a mind frame of mind where you are destructive, you can't bear fruit like you want to. The fruit come out, it come out like fruit, but it come out with infections. It come out damaged fruit. It don't come out with the full yield that it's supposed to come out with. Okay? Now, this is important because we must get along with everybody, but we must also filter information. I'm not telling you to get rid of the people. I'm telling you to filter their information. And then you may have to bring a fungicide. You need to bring something that would counteract that so they're not attracted to your tree. You get what I'm saying? It's a deterrent to keep them from being attracted to your tree. It's not chasing them away. It's putting something there that they don't like, so they ain't gonna come. Follow me now? I want you guys to understand, and this goes for Christianity. This goes for everything. It's a principle. Okay? And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, what is the deterrence? What are the deterrents? See, you don't have to kill people. You don't have to be negative to people. You don't have to destroy people to be a wise serpent, but a harmless dove. And still, they don't come around you as often as they would because of a certain deterrence you put in place. So let me tell you something that will deter people from coming around you saying nonsense. Positivity. When they say something that is very negative, you say, I don't recall it like that. And you give them the fungicide. I think that that's a positive thing that this person is doing, and you speak truth to lies. I want you guys to stand on positivity and truth when positivity and truth is necessary. Double down on it. That's your fungicide. That's your insecticide. Because you don't have to listen to every single rumor. And if it's not verifiable, you cannot verify it. Do not endorse it. That's how we end gossip. That is how we end people in great, powerful places trying to persuade us and contaminate and poison our minds. So we can't bear fruit like we're supposed to. I'm not telling you don't listen and listen to the information that is being given, but use your filter. And when you respond in truth. Respond in, that's your insecticide. That's your fungicide. That's your termite side. Okay? Respond in truth. If it cannot be verified, then do not engage. And if you do, tell them like it is. I did not verify that information. When I get that information verified, I can respond to you. Because not everybody is willing to give you, even though everybody might be in the same group. It may be Christians, maybe atheists, maybe scientists, maybe members of the Restore the Snyder Cut movement or the Snyder Cut movement. But not everybody is here to persuade you in a generous, authentic, and genuine way. Everybody got an agenda. Everybody wants to boost themselves and the people around them. Them peoples, no disrespect to them, but you got to know they are termites. You got to know when they're fungi. You got to know when they're viruses. You got to know when they are sort of parasitic, feeding off the good tree. Because you're not going to bear the fruit like how you bear fruit. You're going to bear fruit. But will the tree be around to bear again? Not bear very good fruit the first time. But will the tree be around to bear again? I want the people in the Snyder Cut movement to bear witness to this scriptural. I want people to bear witness also to a truth that is just a truth of life. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Restore the Snyder Cut movement person, whether you're just a person who is in an organization or group, it is something that you must have the power of discernment. I said on another channel, and I'm going to wrap it up now. I said it was 5 minutes. It's going to 50 minutes. You got to have the power of discernment. And the only way you're going to have the power of discernment, I'm going to tell y'all the secret. Be around people who are much older than you. They've been around this game long enough to see enough. Because life is a cycle. Life is a circle. It's not a straight line. It's a circle. And there are seasons. You can just think of the years. You can think of the days. There's daylight, then there's night. There's daylight, then there's night. What do? You do cycles yourself. You get up, you eat, right? You go to work, you come back, you eat, then you sleep, right? It's a cycle. You think about it. Daylight, there's the sun moves across the sky. Then it sets. It starts off with sunrise, it ends with sunset, then you get a moon in the night sometimes, right? And it goes all the way around again the same way. It's a cycle. It ain't going nowhere. It's a cycle. The only things that go somewhere are us, because we start to wear down, and we start to age because we have wear and tear on us. There are people spreading negativity about me, Leroy Combs says. Not all true, all lies. I'm a good man. Okay, my brother? Ricochet says, choose your words carefully and how you do what you do. I made the mistake of choosing mine poorly day before yesterday, and Twitter still reminded me about it. I hear you, my brother. I hear you, my brother. Those are good words again. Good words from a man who's younger than me, but much more advanced in his wisdom than I was in my time. You have to be careful about your words. What you say to people is true. I wanted to just leave that with you guys, okay? Remember what I said. Y'all keep the faith. I'm sorry, I got to go right now. I really would like to talk with you guys a lot more, but I got to go get me some money because I need money. So I'm going to do the honest thing and get my daily wage honestly. I'll come back, talk to you guys a little bit more, and we will talk this afternoon if we can about the Snyderverse, Restore the Snyderverse, Snyder Cut movement. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So hang in there, guys. I hope you guys take care. God bless you all. Peace.